Well, I'm back. I'm Tony DeFrank with Covering Classic Cars. This will be our May 2022 edition. And today we did our Father's Day photo shoot with, longtime friend of the DeFrank family, John Schiess. So John, hey, thanks for coming out today. We appreciate it.
Thank you for hosting the event. It's been a lot of fun so far.
And I guess everyone will see the results here in the beginning of May. And the whole family, even the family dog, participated. So I think we have a real nice catalog shot. And I guess if you follow, automotive reality television, like you probably recognize John and his name and his company, Custom Built Machines. Like when I met John, it was like 25 years ago. You were kind of running your family office machine repair business.
I was fixing typewriters.
And now you're building amazing cars. So how did you what flipped the switch to get into the car business?
Economics, I would say, is what flipped the switch. I used to do this, as you know, just on the side, working out of a 5-car garage at my house. And the time came to sell that house, buy a bigger house. So I bought a bigger house that had a smaller garage. So I called upon your dad and said, "Hey Jim, can I rent some space from you to put some of my tools and equipment, just for a few months while I get my new house situated and build a bigger garage?" And as soon as your dad accommodated me, and once I had a shop, a legitimate space, the side work grew into full-time work, and I quit my regular job. Sorry, Mom and Dad.
That was like California Car Car was our family business.
So
CBN was
CBN
your family business. Yeah,
was the family business, and it was an office equipment business. We literally fixed typewriters and adding machines and things like that. And as that business was obviously fading away, I had now space at California Car Cover, and it just sort of exploded from there. Like once I had shop space, it became a 2-day, 3-day, 4-day, 5-day, 7-day, and in a very short period of time, I turned that into a full-time job and have been building and growing ever since.
Yeah, and you might recognize John. You did work with Galpin and the Car Kings. And then, how many years ago did you build a motorcycle for?
That was on the Speed Channel, the now defunct Speed Channel. That was a builder bust. I think in 2005 or 6 was my first foray into reality television, and I successfully built a chopper on a TV show within the time frame, and then that led to that production company hiring me, and then I built a couple of hot rods for them, and then went on to do an episode of Biker Build-Off on Discovery Channel, and then just 2 years ago was lucky enough to hook up with Bo Bachman and Dave Shutton at Galpin, and they used me for Car Kings, a TV show where we restored cars that were important to the history of the custom scene and unknown historic cars.
Yeah, because I think that show is all about the Jeffries, the rafting builds, anything that was like a Red Rock, and Bears cars. That's what Dave's all about. And Dave is an incredible builder, super talented, and very particular. So if he trusts you, you know what quality work that John does, right?
Well, I mean, I was pretty flattered that it was from my friendship and my relationship with Dave Shutton, who introduced me to Bo on the level of doing the TV show. So I was pretty flattered and honored. One of the cars that we built on that TV show was we built a 32 Roadster pickup that went for the Amber Award for America's Most Beautiful Roadster. And we built that in a legitimate non-TV time frame of less than 6 months. Came close to winning. We won several honors, and we're told that it was pretty much a coin toss between our car and the car that won. But the customer was thrilled. They went on to win just recently. I think they got Street Rod of the Year, and it showed real well at Detroit at the Autorama. So I've been fortunate to have made good friends and good contacts in the business, and that has afforded us a seat next to you.
That's a step down, John. I told John before this, that this isn't Jay Leno's garage. This is us just talking, and John and I go back so many years. I think we probably could go an hour just because we get along real well. He's a dear friend of our family. So we could, and I told him I'd touch on a little bit. Our family's involved in NHRA drag racing, and for I think in John's swinging single days, he was racing with us. And John's a little bit older than me, but he was often mistaken as for one of my brothers or high school friends, because we'd be out there doing donuts and golf carts, racing, joking. But John was an exceptional fabricator when we ever had a trouble at the racetrack, and a talented driver, and then NHRA Superstock. You finished second in the road 1 year in Superstock. True. So that is a testament to just your ability. Not just working on the cars, but behind the wheel.
Right.
And we could probably go into your 80s, boat racing days if you're that, but that's a whole nother chapter.
It's a whole nother chapter. It's back in the mullet days.
Mullet days. But hey, look, you had the mullet then, I'm trying to bring it back now, so it comes full circle.
It's gone full circle, absolutely.
Now, I guess, we did the shoot with the family, and there's a couple of cars we have a 62 Corvette and also a 72 Chevy truck. So, you might be able to see some of the Corvette behind us. Now, what kind of work did you do to the customer's Corvette?
So I was really fortunate when you guys asked me to do this cover shoot. I wanted to reach out to a couple of customers of mine who I've done work for, and I had two great guys. Bill Taylor loaned me the Corvette that is sitting behind me, and Scott Mumford loaned me the 72 Chevy truck. Starting with the truck, that was an all-original 40,000 mile Ranchers. That was the Ranch Boss truck that they bought brand new in Killeen, Texas.
It still has the work truck, the plates on the bumper, yeah,
absolutely,
stamps, yeah.
So that truck, it was an all original, unrestored paint and everything as you see it now. And I stripped it down to a bare frame, put all the air ride, put a new big block 400 automatic transmission. We did Willwood disc brakes, vintage air conditioning, Phytech fuel injection, and dressed it all up so it still retained the feel of the original truck.
So it looks like you got the original, the door panels are in there, the original interior, it looks like?
Original door panels, original interior, original seat. Yeah, that is a true survivor, not fake patina. That's how it came out of a field in Texas. And that's a terrific truck, nice. He uses it as his daily driver, more or less. He's in the heating and air conditioning business, and on any given day, that's the truck of choice that shows up to his job sites. And
I've seen that truck at your shop a couple times. I've seen it outside California Car Club a few times. Yeah, it's well known around Simi Valley, Moore Park.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure there's someone in that family, or there's some great grandfather somewhere in Killeen, Texas, rolling over in his grave because you've air-ridden this truck that was a work truck and a farm truck, but it looks really cool. It's a good-looking truck.
As a nod to them, we've kept the gun rack in the back window. It's got one of Scott's hats hanging on it these days, but and then this beautiful 62 Corvette behind us owns to friend and customer Bill Taylor, who owns a high-end plumbing company, Tailored Plumbing, and it's a resto mod that he bought and had it shipped to him more or less sight unseen. And it had a few bugs here and there that needed to be worked out and some upgrades, but over the last 6 months or so, in and out, we've upgraded the suspension, the steering, digital gauges, basically brought it up to the standards of something that any one of him and his family members can hop in and go for a drive safely and enjoyably. And it's a terrific car. I actually drove it today or yesterday for the first time on the freeway, and a 62 Corvette with late model LS power and four-wheel disc brakes and a late model chassis is a lot of fun.
I'm sure it's a lot of fun, and we weren't sure exactly the color is silver, but out in the sun, that silver just pops.
Yeah, it's amazing.
John letting us shoot it as a home and garage today, and I don't know how many neighbors were walking their dogs that stopped and had to talk to you while we were trying to shoot because the car just looks good out there in the sun.
Yeah, it's a terrific. This car has as much or more eyeball than anything I've had in my shop at any price point. It's a terrific car. So I'm really fortunate to have customers that have become friends, and not everyone just gives you the keys to a couple $100,000 worth of toys and says, here you go, take pictures, have fun, let me know how it goes out. And Scott and Bill, terrific guys.
Yeah, and that's, I do these interviews quarterly, and that's the same thing. Customers become friends, and then they're pretty much your marketing department because it leads to more business for you.
Absolutely.
And now Custom Built Machines, is this just you, or you got a few guys working for you?
I've got it was a friend of mine who ran a successful standard traditional auto repair business. Over the years, so off and on, I've had as many as 4 employees and as few as just me, basically on how the workload is or how much I can tolerate help. But a friend of mine, Tim Weigand, owned Chatsworth Motor Carriage, and he retired maybe 6 or 7 months ago. And he came to my shop to do some work. I have a 69 Z28, and he did some work on it, and decided he had so much fun, he wondered, could he come here
hang out
more and hang out. So I immediately hired him, and he's a terrific asset to the shop. So it's expanded on the fabrication and stuff to his background in the service business. So now if you have an old car and you need a place to get the oil changed or serviced or that maintenance stuff that I traditionally don't have time to do, is now a service that we provide, and that's a direct credit to Tim, who's working for me full-time now. So I wouldn't go as far as to say we're a full-service shop, but it's definitely added to what services we can provide.
But according to Jim DeFrank, you're a full-service shop.
Well,
you never know. Like when I called John, I said, hey, just hey, would you like to participate in this photo shoot? I said, I know, who knows what kind of projects my father's going to have for you. And honestly, on the phone, my dad's like, well, your dad's pulling up right now into my shop. And yeah, John's like extended family, like an uncle or a son to my father. He's just he speaks the world of John. And if you've seen John's work and what John can do around cars, it's exceptional. And there's just the fabrication, everything you do, just like a jack of all trades, I think, is just and our family always appreciates that. No matter what, we can call him, or sadly for him and his other customers, we can pull up in a trailer with like a Camaro race car on it and go, John, there's a problem, can you fix this before this weekend? And
I think I've done emergency repair to everything for your family, from patio furniture to tables and chairs to drag cars and everything in between. But when you like who you work for, it's hard for me to say no to. This doesn't mean I'm providing a household furniture repair service, but
just wait till this summer. Who knows?
But when you like who you work for, you like what you do. I take on just about anything for people that are special to me or important to me. So
yeah, and we appreciate that. Look, it's a Saturday, so we appreciate you and your family just hanging out. It's a beautiful day here. I'm sure there's a dozen other things you'd want to do today, and you probably want to take this around the block a few times as opposed to sitting and talking to me. But we definitely appreciate it, and I think our customers will, and actually have seen your work on the catalog before. Like, I think it's been, how many years ago did you do the ranch wagon? That had to be like 25 years ago.
I think I built that in the mid-90s.
I'd say, so probably in mid to late 90s at 53, 52?
56, or I'm sorry, the 55.
55 wagon you did, and then a customer, like one of our popular Christmas catalogs was the Hilo Taxi, right?
Yeah, you know what? Now that you say that, I think I've done like 4 or 5 times now.
I bet if we really, and John's always been the builder, I guess. It's been he's building these cars for customers, and so it's the first time talking to John about this, but maybe acknowledging John as much as we should have. But yeah, there's been quite a few vehicles that you've had your hands on in customizing, and that have been on a catalog cover.
No, I didn't think about that until this point. But yeah, no, I mean, anytime you get some press, it's an honor. But I never thought of the fact that this is a more than one occasion. So.
And even you're able to start carry like one. I think it wasn't even a Father's Day cover. I think it was just you and her on a catalog cover years and years ago when she was probably
a toddler, 3 or 4 years old. Yeah. And
that was probably your long hair days.
Yes.
But yeah, we truly appreciate it, and I'm glad you could be part of the Father's Day cover this year. So thank you to you and your family.
Very much appreciate the honor. It was a lot of fun. We have a blended family. My wife Lauren and her sons Kyle and Slade. And to be able to include them with Carrie and Kelly to do this thing together as a family, and our dog Emily.
Yeah, she's probably stealing the show. So we're talking about all this, but I know all the emails and questions will be about Emily. So she's the next superstar in the house. But.
Yeah, she was the real purpose of this photo shoot today. I'm sure was the dog, and everything else was secondary.
Yeah, Rick, our photographer, was really working with Emily to make sure she was looking.
Absolutely.
And I think everyone will enjoy the finished product, and we'll have some extra photos and videos of these beautiful cars on our blog. So John, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, John and I, we go back. We could bore you all for hours. Like it would be with all kinds of old stories from the racetrack. But we'll cut it off now. But again, Tony DeFrank with covering classic cars, and John Schiess from Custom Built Machines. So thank you.